Hello and welcome to Heroes of Handheld. This is the Internet's premium podcast dedicated to all things handheld gaming, and this is episode 119. My name is Chris, and I will be your guide through the swamp of Nintendo, and I'm joined by the man who's taking us through the desert of the PS Vita. What's that? Is that an oasis? Oh, no, never mind. It's just more sand. It's Colin.
She is electric. That's my oasis there.
Oh, that was good.
Yeah.
Oh, I bet there's some jokes about that. I saw an oasis in the sand. What are you talking about? Noel Gallagher.
I was going to go for ye old Wonderwall, but I thought that's very mainstream. So I'll go for one that... Here's a fun fact for you. She's Electric actually didn't get into top 40s UK singles charts.
Really?
Amazing, because that's a really good song.
All right, okay. What's your favourite Oasis song?
Oh, probably Don't Look Back in Anger.
Really?
That's just an old classic. Or actually, I like Lila. Is it Lila? Hey,
Yeah.
Lila. Importance of Being Idle. Like that one as well.
That is good.
What's
The
your
correct
favourite?
answer is Rock and Roll Star.
How's that
That's
go?
really good. Tonight, I'm a rock and roll star.
That sounds very rock for Oasis.
What's the other good one that I really like? No one's gonna tell you what I'm all about. Bow now, bow now, bow now, bow. She's into Alka-Seltzer. She did it with an Irish setter or whatever it is. Is that
Why do you do it with an Irish
Supersonic
setter?
is really good.
Sounds painful. Oasis are cool. I'd love it if they got back together. And actually, the Gallagher brothers are actually talking again, which is good. But I think Noel's too busy with his high-flying bird.
Noel is, right, I'm going to go on record and say this, Colin.
What?
I do not much fancy Noel Gallagher. Like,
Do you mean looks-wise or talent-wise or what?
I just think the way he talks about Oasis, like, is just so... Like, if he doesn't want to go back into Oasis, whatever, that's fine. But
Yeah.
he'll just be like, yeah, I guess we'd do it if the money was enough. And it's like, that's not the attitude. Like, you should do it because you want to do it.
Surely that's every artist's opinion about the money. It's just most artists think up some bullshit excuse rather than saying the truth. So.
Would you go back to doing IndieCast if the money was good enough?
Yes. Fucking IndieCast. God.
Ah!
God. The funny thing is, like, games I was talking about on IndieCast like years ago are only just being released on video.
I know.
That's the
Nuts,
Bastion being one of them. Lol. Yeah, so hello everybody. Welcome to Heroes of Handheld. We talk about handheld gaming, but I think what we need to talk about, Chris, is the fact that we're into December. Christmas season is upon us. Are you excited? Are you excited to get loads of Christmassy handheld gifts from Father Christmas?
Yeah. What have you asked for anything handheld? Anything for your Vitas?
Fucking water fountain.
Shona, can you not come on this podcast and swear, please, you nasty piece of work? Oh, and now Colin's having a cry. Another great podcast from your pals at Heroes of Handheld. Hope everyone's enjoyed this at home. Colin's on mute. Yes, Colin, I have asked for some handheld goodies for Christmas. I've asked for The Legend of Zelda, the new one that's just come out, all about the power of 3. Which I'm hoping to play because I imagine my little brother will be asking for it too, so we can play it together. I haven't asked for anything for my PlayStation Vita. I have asked for some goodies for my PlayStation.
Hi.
Oh, Colin, hi! Nice to have you back.
Domestic just happening here. I'm sorry about that, guys.
Did you sort out the fucking water fountain or whatever it was Shona was saying?
Well, here's the thing. Like, my girlfriend has just come back from Zumba, and she wants to have a shower. Problem is, I've started the washing machine.
Can you not have a washing machine and the shower on at the same time?
Well, we can, but then the water, as you heard, water dribbles out like a pathetic fountain.
And I think the phrase was like a fucking water fountain.
Yes. Oh God. Anyway, what were we saying? Oh yeah. So what are you getting? What are you putting on your Christmas list?
Mate, we've covered that. I'm not going to tell you. You should just listen to the podcast. What are you putting on your Christmas list?
I wouldn't mind a PlayStation TV. Finally.
Are you going to sink your teeth in?
I don't know. I think they're about 40. How much are those PlayStation TVs going for now? That is the big question. Let's have a look. PlayStation TV, Amazon. Let's have some guesses, Chris. How much do you reckon it'll cost for a brand new PlayStation TV?
$49.99.
You'd be incorrect. It's actually £38. That's bad.
Get on it.
That's not bad. I mean, it's a very fancy coaster for your beverages. But there you
Ah!
go. Anyway, right. So there's actually quite a bit of news this week because PlayStation Experience happened, and our man on the scene, Chris Pearson, was live from San Francisco, tweeting all the big reveals.
Did
So
you
look
did
forward
you
to that.
enjoy it, Colin?
That was
As our PlayStation correspondent, I imagine you enjoyed watching it very much.
my favorite part was when they got on stage and spoke about games that are coming to PlayStation 4. That was my actual highlight. That was real good. But actually, one bit that I did like is, I'm a big fan. Me and Sean Layden, my boy, me and him go a long way back. We've been pals for years. We've did uni together. I mean, he's made his way up the ranks. He's now president and CEO of Sony Computer Entertainment America. But I'd like to think that we are on par, really, because I'm doing this podcast and there. That was a very long-winded way of me Googling his name and finding out what his actual job was. Anyway, the best bit was when he got on stage and he was wearing a Crash Bandicoot t-shirt.
Yeah, people like when he came on. I
Mm.
think he was one of the first guys on. Actually, people were cheering because it was him, and then they clocked the T-shirt and they were like, "Whoa!"
And then they was like, "Oh my god, there's gonna be a Crash Bandicoot announcement," and there wasn't a Crash Bandicoot announcement. But I didn't think Sony owned the rights to Crash Bandicoot anymore.
No, I don't think they do. I think it's an Activision thing.
So what does this mean? Are they trying to
Who
get it
knows?
back? Oh, seriously, if they really, oh my god, they're gonna release a fucking Crash Bandicoot game. It's gonna be exclusive to PlayStation 4, and I'm gonna cry. I'm gonna cry to my Xbox One. Cry into my 500 gigabyte hard drive, which won't last me 5 minutes. Anyway,
It was quite a good show.
Hmm.
I imagine you're going to get to this later on, but as a Vita and a PS4 owner, I found that there was loads of stuff on PS4, right? And then every now and then he'd pull out, they'd talk about some game that was like getting remastered or like having something done, and it's kind of an old one that could run on Vita, and he'd be like, and it's coming out on PS4, and then he'd draw out a PS Vita from his back pocket and be like, and the PlayStation Vita. Like, it was like by the third or fourth time he said it, because he said it about a few different like remasters and stuff. He'd be like, the first one he's like, it's coming to PS4 and PS Vita, and then by the end he's like, it's coming out on PS4 and
I'm not surprised if PlayStation Vitas are not comfy to have in your back pocket, to be honest with you. They're like, if you put it in your back pocket,
is that PS Vita in your back pocket, or are you just pleased to see me?
like half of it sticks out because it's so darn big. I've got my Vita right here. Yeah, it still does exist. Here it is with a little blue light saying that it's still active. Yeah, but I'm just glad the Vita actually did get some mentions. Really,
yeah, it did get some mentions, to be fair, and it was. I think he was saying it like that because he was sick of people complaining. But if it was a bit uncomfortable. But good to have some new stuff coming, including Bastion finally. Which, by the way, Colin, in America, right? That game, they were like, it's coming out today, and it's $2.99 or some like ridiculous price. They're like, it's the lowest price it's ever been on a console, and everyone was cheering and whooping, and one guy died. Like, it was amazing. But then I went to buy it on my PS4 and PS Vita crossplay, obviously, and it wasn't out on that day in Europe. It didn't come out till like a day after, and when it did, it's like £6. It's like, that's not on.
That's not right. That's not good. Bastion is one of those games that's sort of been in the pipeline for Vita for ages. As I briefly mentioned at the beginning of the podcast, when I did IndieCast, I was talking about Bastion. Looked absolutely gorgeous. Looking at the pictures here. So I'm not sure. So how much was it on? It was about £6, you said, on PS4.
Yeah, I think because I've got Plus, I think I paid about £3.50 for it. I think that was with a sale and a PS Plus discount. I think normally it'd be about £5 or £6.
I'm assuming it's not out on Vita yet. I should probably know this.
I think it is because I got it on PS4.
Yeah, here it is. How much is it on Vita? It's £6 exactly, but £3.60 if you're a PlayStation Plus subscriber. Oh, it does look really nice. I might have to pick it up. It reminds me a bit of the Rayman games in its colourful art style.
It's meant to be amazing. I'm really excited to play it. What else were your favourite announcements?
Well, I mean, as I said, there were announcements for the Vita, but there's a severe lack of new games coming to PlayStation Vita. There is one, though, which I'll mention in a bit, but the 4 main games that were mentioned in the big talk were, and one of these games you're going to have to help me out with, because I know you played this a lot on mobile, and that's Hitman Go.
Yes, we like Hitman Go very much.
I remember when you were playing this quite a bit. Give us a lowdown of what that
So
game
it's
is.
not really a Hitman game, but sort of. It's a puzzle game. It's like it's sort of a top-down isometric puzzle game, and you move one square at a time, and you have to make your way around a course without being spotted, whilst taking out all of the guards and collecting all the goodies and trying to get to the end. So it's a puzzle game. It's kind of Hitman-y in that you're like assassinating guards and trying to make your way through. But
And
it's
the
not
fact it's called Hitman.
Yeah, but it's not Hitman-y in terms of it's not 3D, it's not like a shooty type thing. But I think it's a really good fit for Vita.
That's
But
really cool.
I don't really imagine it for PS4. Like, it's not really a very big game, and it's kind of hard to imagine it on like a big screen.
Yeah, I'm looking at some pictures here. I didn't realize it was like that. It's like a board game sort of thing. That's
it's
really
got
cool.
it's very much got like a board game aesthetic. Like you knock pieces over, and you kind of I'm trying to think of what board game it looks like a Sabutio. Do you remember Sabutio, where the bases were weighted? Did you
No.
play Sabutio as a kid? Oh, okay, it's
No.
that sort of vibe.
Well, that's
But
great.
yeah, I think it'll be good. Hopefully, it'll be fun. I think it'll be a good fit for Vita.
Hopefully. Yeah, I mean, it's I was actually quite surprised when I heard that was coming to Vita. I've not played Hitman Go, but I don't know. It's just like, Hitman. It's, like I can imagine like the announcement being like, and now coming to Vita, Hitman Go. Just like literally coughing go at the end. And everyone's like cheering, whoop, 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 fucking Hitman, shirts off, like legs in the air, panties being thrown at the stage at our boy Sean. I don't know. But I remember, when I first saw that it was coming to Vita, the first thing I thought of was you, Chris, because I know when you did play it, you were raving about it.
Yeah, I liked it. What else caught your eye at PlayStation?
Well, the next 3 titles are all games from the early 90s. And they were games that are being ported and remastered for Vita, which is pretty much all the Vita seems to get these days, is ports of old games. You'll remember a few weeks ago Super Star Wars was released on PlayStation Vita, which is about $6.99. I really want to check that out because I'd never heard of that game before I saw it was coming to Vita. Someone on Twitter actually told us that it's a very difficult game, but it's very fun. I think a lot of games from that era are fun. Not fun, are difficult. Of course they're fun, but a lot of games from that era are difficult. But the 3 games that are coming to Vita are, firstly, The Last Blade 2. That's a 2D fighter, which was originally an arcade game and also came out on the Geo Neo, whatever that is. That's some old console, I guess. Never actually heard of that. Also, Maniac Mansion Day of the Tentacle, which came out in 1993. It's a graphic adventure, point and click game.
That's a Double Fine game, isn't it?
What does that mean?
Made by Double Fine. Yeah, Double Fine.
Yes, Chris, that's what it is.
Because it was the main bloke from Double Fine, Tim Schafer, and he was up there talking about we're gonna do this, Colin. Why didn't you watch PlayStation Experience?
Because I might have forgot it was happening, but I didn't need to because my boy Chris was on the scene anyway. So
okay,
it's fine. But actually, no, you've actually brought a good point about Day of the Tentacle. You're right about it being Dave Grossman and Tim Schafer. I forgot I saw that. It was by them. But an interesting link between all these games that their developers were LucasArts. Star Wars and these games as well. Bit of a partnership going there. Bit of a connection, I think. And the last game that's coming out is Full Frodo. That's what it is. Full Frodo. No, it's Full Throttle, which is a 1995 graphic adventure. Same sort of thing as Maniac Mansion, but 2 years later. So those 4 games are all coming to Vita. We look forward to that. But another game that was supposed to be coming to PlayStation Vita, but then it's not there on Vita, is a game called Civilization Revolution 2 Plus. And this was a game I mentioned a few weeks ago on the podcast very briefly, as when I wasn't here and I sent my audio to you. This is a strategy game. It's a bit like Age of Empires, those sorts of games there, where you build up a civilization, you take part in battles, you face historic leaders. Really cool sounding. It was originally a mobile title, but it was announced that it was coming to PlayStation Vita early December. I believe it was about December the 4th. May the 4th be with you. December the 4th, that makes no sense. I think it was December the 4th it was originally supposed to be coming out. But the day before, a lot of people are excited about this. If you look on the PlayStation Vita Reddit subreddit, then a lot of people were actually looking forward to this. And I was as well. I'm not normally into those sort of games, but just looking at the art style and how the developer were going to be including a lot of Japanese history, which is really cool, like samurais and things like that. It sort of piqued my interest. But the day before it was supposed to be released, a statement was released by 2K Games saying that the PlayStation Vita version has been delayed for a month. So now it's coming out on the 26th of January in America and Europe, which is a bit of a piss take because everybody was looking forward to playing this before Christmas, an early Christmas present to themselves. It's just a bit of a piss take, really, how it's a day before they decided it's going to take another month to get it ready.
Yeah, they must have known. Like, no one woke up that morning and was like, oh, sugar, this isn't going to be ready for tomorrow.
Yeah, I know. Like, it's so random. I could understand if it was a week delay, but a month.
Yeah. I reckon, Colin, I think the game's finished, and I think it's not an issue with the making of the game. I think it's an issue with the distribution, like this to do with ratings or something like that.
I mean, we have seen in the past, there's been interviews with game developers, like indie developers, who have said that getting a game on the PlayStation Vita can be a very slow process because Sony aren't very quick with the old ratings and reviewing games and things like that. But it is a shame because I was actually really interested in this one. But we have to look out. I mean, it's over a month actually, 26th of January. That's like a month and a half. But 2K have said that the game is launching as scheduled in Asia on December the 3rd. So it's already out in Asia, but we have to wait a bit longer, which is a bit sad. So, did you want to do some news, Christopher, or shall I continue Sony train?
I'll do something because you've got loads, and it'd be nice to break up. So if you don't listen to the show before, I do all the Nintendo stuff. The first bit, just in case, the first thing I want to talk about is that the Shovel Knight amiibo, which we're all very excited for at Heroes of Handheld Towers. It looks really pretty, and they finally announced a release date on the blog. There's like a real Yacht Club Games, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yacht Club Games, they kickstarted Shovel Knight, and it's like, not only is it an absolutely like breathtaking game, it's so good, but they're so good to their fans because they've done this blog post, right? And it could have just been, hey guys, here's the release dates, here's how you get your amiibos, lots of love, Shovel Knight games, or Yacht Club Games even. But what they've done instead is this whole massive article about like previewing the amiibo. There's trailers, there's GIFs, there's pictures, and it's like, they didn't need to do all that. Do you know what I mean?
No. Yeah, you're right.
They're really good. But anyway, we'll be linking to that because you should read this. But they announced this last Thursday. It comes out in Europe December the 11th. So it comes out in 2 days' time in Europe. In North America, it comes out January the 8th, 2016. It's going to cost you £10.99 in the UK, €14.99 in parts of Europe, and then $12.99 in the States. So it's quite a good deal. That's the recommended price. We'll put a link up, and it also, if you scan the Shovel Knight amiibo into your game on your 3DS or on your Wii U, you unlock a little thing called Custom Knight. Custom Knight lets you you can like upgrade your knight and make it stronger. You can customize what it looks like. You can transfer it between 3DS and Wii U by just scanning the amiibo, and you can earn relics and gain like new powers and stuff. It just looks really fun and really different. But if you've got the Wii U version, you can use it to activate a co-op mode. They put some GIFs up of the co-op mode, and it looks really nice. So definitely check that out. We'll put links up to this article because you should read it. And my amiibo should hopefully be coming on Friday. So I will post lots of pictures of my amiibo of Shovel Knight because I'm very excited.
Have you said you've bought the amiibo?
Yeah, I pre-ordered it from Amazon.
That's cool.
So
it does look very nice. I'm looking at pictures here. Like if I had a 3DS or something along those lines, I'd be very, very.
I just think the amiibos are really, the ones that look good are the ones based on cartoony characters and like cel shaded characters, because it's like it's blocks of color. Whereas the ones that don't look so good are the ones that maybe like are based on kind of more real looking graphics, I guess.
Yeah, it does look
So-
very. I'm looking at the pictures again here. Great. I didn't realize it was coming to Wii U. You probably mentioned this, but
Yeah, it's
I
out
agree.
on me, and actually I've seen a physical version around as well. It does look really good.
Yeah.
Yeah. So definitely check this out.
It does look cool. Did you want to do another bit of news, or did you want me to take the reins for a bit?
No, I can do one more bit of news.
Go
I should
on.
say, if you've ordered the Shovel Knight amiibo from Amazon, by the way, they're saying that it doesn't come out until December 15th. So mine's probably not going to come until next week. The swines. Terraria. We love Terraria. It's a very good game. And finally, it's been announced that it's coming out to the 3DS. You can watch the trailer on our website, heroesofhandheld.com. The Wii U version has been delayed into next year, but 505 Games have announced earlier on this week that the 3DS version of Terraria will be released next week on 3DS via the eShop. It's going to cost you €20, £17, or $20. This version will come with touchscreen controls, 4-player multiplayer, and a sort of local wireless only thing. It looks really useful. We'll embed the trailer. It looks very strong, and we love Terraria. It's a really fun game. The bottom screen is going to be used for like inventory management and stuff, which is important in that game because you end up carrying loads of stuff around with you, and also doing the map and things like that. It looks really, really good, and I would definitely invest in this game if you've not played it before. I imagine the Wii U version might be slightly better, perhaps, because I think you'll appreciate more a bigger screen.
I don't think so, Chris. I'm going to disagree with you there because Terraria is a 2D game, isn't it?
Yeah.
And I don't think it really matters if the screen's bigger.
But here's my thing, Colin. I don't think the top screen needs to be bigger, but I think the Wii U gamepad being bigger than the touchscreen of the 3DS will prove beneficial for because it will be a bit less fiddly when you're scrolling through loads and loads of items.
Yeah, I guess so. But I just think like for a game, obviously Minecraft, you can understand like, having like a whole section dedicated to your inventory when there's a whole massive world that you can look at through the first person view perspective. But I don't know, for a game like Terraria, when it's just like, like a 2D. Well, I don't know. I just don't think it's as necessary. But there you go. I'm not a big fan of Terraria. I never have been. I played it once and I fell down a hole and couldn't get out. So that was my highlight of playing it. So I've always been a bit biased against it since then. It's just a Minecraft clone, isn't it, Chris?
No, it's not just a Minecraft clone. It's a much more interesting game. I think it's much funnier. I think it's much more focused towards caving and kind of exploration and less focused towards building. I think you should definitely play this game. I love it. I love Terraria, and I really hope it's going to do well on 3DS.
Right, so fair play. Right, so I've just realised there's two things we've forgotten to do, Chris. Firstly, I was going to talk about a new trailer that was released a few days ago, and secondly, we were going to do free game of the week, which we have not done again. So we're going to do that.
Yeah. We'll do this both at the end. Yeah.
So the biggest news, the biggest release reveal this week for Vita was probably that of Assassin's Creed Chronicles. That's been announced for PlayStation Vita. This has been in the pipeline for Vita for a very long time. We've been talking about rumors for this on the podcast.
Yeah, they've been talking about this for years, haven't they?
It's finally been confirmed that it's going to be coming to Vita in a trilogy pack. So that means you'll get all three versions. So that's the China, India, and Russia versions. And that'll be coming to PlayStation Vita. That's going to be out on Vita on April the 5th, and it's going to cost you $29.99, which for free games isn't that bad. And obviously, Assassin's Creed, AAA name, big name there. I'm not overly familiar with the gameplay in the Chronicle games. I'm just having a look to see if there's any information here. I know it's a 2.5D game. There you go. I'm assuming it's going to be similar to Batman.
Arkham Origins, Blackgate.
Yeah, it'll be similar to that. But it's nice to see like big names still coming to Vita, and it's similar to what Telltale do, isn't it? Like where they release all of them.
These games already came out, didn't they? So this is like an amalgamation.
Yeah, it's already out on PS4, Xbox One. It's episodic, I think. So the first one's already been released, but the other ones are still to come in January and February. So I think India is going to be out in January, and then the Russian one's out in February, I believe, and they're $9.99 each. That's on PS4, Xbox One, and PC. But the Vita's just going to get all free as a trilogy pack in April, which will be interesting. So definitely look out for that. I mean, as I said, it's nice to have big titles still coming out on Vita. I actually bought that Assassin's Creed game, Liberation. Must be over a year ago now. I bought that, and I played it for a bit, and then I stopped. And it was nice, for an Assassin's Creed game on Vita. It looked pretty nice, open world sort of thing. But I don't know. I think it's because with Assassin's Creed, what I like about it is when you're playing on a big screen, you get fully immersed into the world. Whereas on the PlayStation Vita, because obviously the screen is nice and good for a handheld device, but then for a game like Assassin's Creed, it sort of feels like it's restricting you, but restricting your view of the world that's being created. That's my thoughts anyway. But maybe a 2.5D game is what the Vita needs for Assassin's Creed. So yeah. Look forward to that. I will do one more piece of news here because I've got a few more game releases to talk about. The first one is our favorite subject, and that, of course, is pigeons making sweet love to each other.
Yes, pigeon love.
The Beautiful Boyfriend. They're calling it a sequel, but it just seems to me like a bit of a what's the word? Not an extension. What's it called when they release
like a kind of expansion.
Yeah, I think it is actually a separate game though, but it's called Hateful Boyfriend Holiday Star. And it's a Christmas version. Oh, very nice. And it's coming to... let's look at... Chris, click on that link and look at the pictures. There is a pigeon wearing a Santa hat, and then there's another one behind that one wearing a nun hat. I can't help but think that this is what video games are made for, really, to be honest with you. But for those of you who don't know, Hateful Boyfriend is a visual novel. The original one came out on Vita a few months ago now, I think. Earlier this year, and it's all about finding love as a pigeon.
So weird. This is a trailer which we'll embed on the heroesofhandheld.com. This is such a weird game.
It's a weird thing, isn't it? And it's so popular. It's almost like people don't when people talk about it, they don't acknowledge the fact that you're a pigeon trying to make love to seagulls. It's just like people are like, oh yeah, I like Hateful Boyfriend. It's a great game. And like they're being completely serious, and I'm sure it is a great game. But
have you watched the trailer?
No, I'm gonna watch it now.
The trailer's amazing because it's just different birds talking to each other.
Isn't that
someone makes the Christmas tree?
Oh my god! It's just like
God, it's incredible.
Oh my god!
Got to watch the trailer. It's just nuts.
Great. I love their names as well. Golgard. There's someone called Golgard. Anyway, so you look out for that coming out to Vita just before Christmas, 3 days before Christmas, actually. It's going to feature, and this is the words from this article here, freshly hatched presentation. You can experience it in glorious high definition. Old friends and new faces. There's going to be new story elements and new adventures to go on with your friends and romantic love interests. New avian antics and delightful side stories. So that's all to come in Hateful Boyfriend Holiday Star, coming to Vita and PS4 on December the 22nd. It just makes you feel warm and fuzzy inside when a seagull can make love to a pigeon in such a passionate way.
It's really quite a beautiful.
It's quite something, really, isn't it?
Yeah.
Right. So over to you, Christopher.
Okay, I thought I'd talk a little bit more about Hyrule Warriors. Every now and then we get scans in Famitsu, which is that Japanese gaming magazine. Excuse my microphone. And this month is no different. They've announced some new details, including My Fairy, which is going to be a mode that lets you find fairies in pots and have them come and help you out. You can customize them, and they'll be able to do different powers on the levels and learn new skills and stuff like that, which is just a nice bit of extra. Also, adventure mode gets a new map in Hyrule Warriors Legend, and it's another Wind Waker one. There's loads and loads of stuff on the Wind Waker, which is really good because I love that game, and I'm surprised that there wasn't more Wind Waker content in the original, but never mind. So this looks really good, and it comes out, as we know, January 21st in Japan, March 25th in Europe and North America. The scans are up. We'll put a link up on our website so you can read about them. And it looks like there's going to be Street Pass as well. And what will happen is if you go past, so say me and Colin walk past each other and we both got this game for our street passes, I'll then be playing a level and I'll be running around, slaying orcs, being kick-ass, and I'll see Colin and I can run over and be like, Colin, I'll help you, and then help him out because obviously he needs to help because he's rubbish at games. And then when I help Colin out, I'll get a reward and vice versa. So definitely check this out. There's more info up. We'll put a link up to where you can read kind of some more of the like detailed minutia, but this game is shaping up to be really good and a real worthwhile expansion to the original. I also wanted to talk about a little bit, and this is my kind of my penultimate thing almost, is that if you're into your competitive Pokemon gaming, which a lot of people who listen to this podcast are actually, it's a popular pastime. The 2016 Video Game Championship formats have been announced. So you're going to be playing in Pokemon Omega Ruby and Pokemon Alpha Sapphire. You have to, you can use all discovered Pokemon except the following mythicals: Mew, Celebi, Jirachi, Deoxys, Phione, Manaphy, Darkrai, Shaman, Arceus, Victini, Keldeo, Meloetta, Genesect, Diancie, and Hooper. And teams, there was put a limit on certain legendaries. You're allowed items except Soldew. Each Pokemon must hold a different item. You can read more about this. We'll put a link up on the website. But what's interesting, though, about this, Colin, is that all battles will be doubles battles played in Pokemon Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire. So you're if you play on any other version of Pokemon and you want to get into video games, you're competitive wise, you're out of luck. You've got to be using the most recent Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire, which is quite interesting. We'll embed so you can read more about that if that's something that takes your fancy. And these rules come into play, Colin, on January 1st, 2016. I love how official it is. There's a preview on the website as well, which is quite nice. So check this out.
That makes me wet.
All right, steady on.
Hold on, son. Right, so I think I've only got one bit of news now. Let's have a look what we've got, what we're doing. Right, so one final piece of news, and it's another piece of news regarding a game coming to Vita, and it's a game called Jenny LeClue. That's Jenny LeClue, and it's a mystery adventure title, and I believe it was revealed, or more details were revealed for it during PlayStation Experience. Apparently it's a handcrafted adventure, and it features awesome gameplay, memorable characters, and a unique aesthetic, but take that with a pinch of salt because that's from the developer. So there you go. But it's been revealed not with a massive announcement, but just like under the radar. That's coming to PlayStation Vita as well. And this all came from the official Twitter account of this game, Jenny LeClue. At PlayStation Experience, the developers were there. Obviously, they were talking about the game. And they released a picture of the game on PlayStation Vita. It's a really cool picture on a brand spanking new Vita, which is all very shiny. And someone tweeted them saying, "Is that just remote play, or is it actually a Vita version?" And they responded by saying, "Vita version, winky face." So it's not confirmed, but that pretty much is a confirmation that's coming to Vita as well. And you play apparently as a young detective who's brilliant, who lives in Arthurton. Nothing happens in her boring town, and it sounds like Jenny longs for adventure. As is typical in these scenarios, Jenny's wish comes true in dramatic fashion when her mother is accused of murder. So the sharp-eyed detective begins her journey to discover the truth and finds out that nothing in her hometown is quite what it seems. It's really interesting. The art style looks really nice as well, so definitely be checking that out when it releases. There's no details of when it will be coming to Vita yet, but it's coming to PS4 next summer, so you can imagine probably expected to come to Vita as well, actually. So we at the same sort of time, so we wait and see. So yeah, that's me done. News done.
Cool. My last bit of news, dear Colin, dear friends.
Dear Chris.
We've finally got an announcement for the Nintendo's Direct dedicated to Super Smash Brothers. They're calling it the final video presentation dedicated to Super Smash Bros. So that's quite it's kind of ominous actually. But it's happening. Drum roll, please. December the 15th at 2 p.m. Pacific time. Masahiro Sakurai will provide details on Cloud and more in this worldwide broadcast. Now, Colin, what time is 2 p.m. Pacific time?
What time is 2 p.m. Specific time?
Yeah, what time is that?
It's currently about 9:10.
Oh, what time is it in 2 p.m.? More.
It's about 8 o'clock.
10 o'clock in the evening.
Oh, okay. Thanks.
If you're in the UK, and make sure you tune in, and we'll find out more about kind of what's happening, more about cloud. I'm imagining an announcement or two. If you had to make a bet, Colin, I would say I think they're going to announce Wolf because of the Star Fox game that's coming out. I think Wolf is a veteran that people like. I think maybe more details on cloud. If there's another newcomer, I'd say maybe Shovel Knight would be my bet. Colin, have you got any bets?
Bets. Now, I want your opinion, Chris. What character would make the whole world, the gaming world, stop in their tracks and be so overjoyed and amazed that it would bring Twitter and Facebook to a standstill? What character would do that?
Well, the nostalgia addict to me says Banjo, but it wouldn't. I think it would have to be something really shocking, like from a sort of a non-Nintendo. It would have to be huge.
Nathan Drake.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Or like
Marcus Phoenix.
Yeah, like something, because at this point, Nintendo have proved that like anyone's game. Do you know what I mean? Like they've just got so many cool people. I think Rayman could do that.
Oh, Ray or Glowbox. That'd be great. Either of those two characters. That'd be amazing.
Yeah. Who knows? What if you had to put a bet on someone? Who would you say is coming?
Who was Cloud the last one that was announced?
Yeah. He might be the last new person we get as well.
Let me try and think. How about Crash Bandicoot?
Oh, that'd be so sick.
That would be amazing. That would cause meltdown, I think. That would break the internet.
Hey.
It would actually break the internet. So when's that being announced?
It's December. It's happening on December the 15th at 2 p.m. Pacific time.
Oh, that's so cool. I like that. That's exciting.
Yeah, watch this space. I'll be tweeting if I'm awake because it's quite late over here.
10 o'clock is not late.
It is if you're a working man, mate.
You're a wimp. You're a pussy. You should be up playing a PS4 to the early hours.
My flatmate, right? I bought Fallout. My flatmate's played more than I have and has been up until I think 4 a.m. 3 nights in a row now playing Fallout.
So what exactly is Fallout? Explain. Is it an open world game?
Colin, I love you. You are the only person listening to this podcast who doesn't know what Fallout is. And I'm just going to tell you to Google it because we've got free game of the week to talk about.
Yay! Right. So I don't care if you've done research. I don't care if you've got a game, Chris, because my game is the one we're talking about. And
let's do it.
It's a game you've probably already played, I'm afraid. But and here's the thing: it's only going to be free on iOS devices, so you're pretty much screwed. But I wanted to talk about it because I'm so excited. So last week, or this week actually, the free game of the week on iOS devices was Monument Valley.
Hooray! We spoke about loads on this podcast. We love that game.
I've wanted to play it for a long time. I never have. I've downloaded it. I wasn't expecting much. No, I thought, it must be overhyped, surely. I'm not kidding. I would say it's my favorite mobile game of all time.
All time.
It is absolutely incredible. Not only is it amazing to look at, gorgeous art style, but it's just so clever. It's such a clever game. Like, it's a puzzle game, but it's never overly difficult. It's more like a bit of a brain teaser sort of thing. Like when you sit down to a little bit of a crossword. You've played it? Have you played it?
Yeah, I finished it.
I think it's an absolute amazing showcase for what can be done with video games, and you can tell that the people who developed it are just obviously purely love making games.
Yeah, it's beautiful, isn't it?
A lot of love went into that game, and I love it so much. I actually love it so much. So I know you played it, and it's only free on iOS, but I just wanted to give that a shout out because I'm just annoyed that I didn't play it earlier. I mean, it's won so many accolades, it's won so many awards, and it deserves every single one of them, in my opinion. But I'd be interested to see what everyone else thinks about Monument Valley.
I really do. I can't stress enough. Like, even if you're Android and have to pay for it, this game is immaculate. Like, it's really beautiful.
I actually felt bad. I know, what I'm like. I'm a bit of a cheapskate when it comes to games, but even I felt bad taking it for free because it was just such a fantastic game. But it's probably made so much money anyway because of all the positive reviews.
Plus, as well, the plug it got in House of Cards.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah.
I gotta get me one of them Monument Valley.
I gotta get me one of them PlayStation Vitas for the car.
Oh, so yeah, definitely check the Monument Valley out if you haven't already. But if any of you own mobile devices, you probably already played it anyway. So I've got one more thing I want to talk about, and that is the trailer. Have you watched the trailer? That I put
Yes,
to the
I
top?
watched this the morning after, and I
Mm.
knew you'd be keen. So
Oh,
this was
man.
at the Video Game Awards last week, and it was a new announcement from Telltale, and it's an announcement of a Batman game for Telltale.
Oh,
Well,
I'm so ready. My body is ready for this.
what do you think it's? Here's my thing, Colin. Right,
Mm.
every Batman game that's been really good so far has been fun because you felt like the Batman, but the Telltale engine cannot handle that much action.
No,
Like,
but
it just can't. How's it gonna work?
here's the thing. I think with the Batman games on your main consoles, like your Xbox and your PS4s and whatever,
Yeah.
those games made you feel like the Batman in the sense of his fighting, stopping crime, and punching, and all that stuff, like gliding around the city and all that sort of crap. But I think what this Telltale game will do is make you think like the Batman. Actually
Yeah, like a
get to his
detective thing.
core and how he actually, because fair enough, there was some detective modes in the Batman games, but you never really felt like you were solving any crimes, to be honest.
Yeah,
It was always
true.
like, go over there, click that button, send it to Alfred, solved. That's pretty much all it was. But with this, I think you have to think like the Batman. Obviously you have to make choices and decisions. But the only thing I'm wondering is, because Batman has got such a obvious way of dealing with things, and that's he doesn't kill people. There's violence, but his rule is he doesn't kill people. There must be some sort of decision in the game where you have to choose whether to let people live or die.
No,
And then
I
they'll
just don't think they'll put that in, because why would you choose to kill someone? You're Batman. He never does that.
I know that's the thing I'm saying. Like the thing with what makes the best Telltale games are when your decisions actually make massive ripples throughout the whole story. The biggest example of that was the Game of Thrones game that I've just finished. Like some Telltale games, you make decisions and it feels like, oh, well, even if I chose the other thing, the same outcome would have happened. But with Game of Thrones, there actually was differences, and the same with The Walking Dead season 2. So I'll be really interested to see what choices you will make, because I mean, as you said, like
Yeah,
Batman wouldn't kill.
how they kind of give that dramatic weight without you killing anyone.
Exactly.
I mean, I guess they can. See, I think my theory, Colin Byrne, is that it's a Batman game, but I think it's going to be more of a Bruce Wayne game. Like, I think you're going to be spending more time as like Bruce Wayne and kind of socializing,
Going to party on yachts,
finding out about people,
Yeah.
and then like time. Obviously, like you'll be Batman for time, but imagine if it was like in in The Wolf Among Us, where it's about 2 episodes in, and then Bigby like gets Wolfie. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And when he gets Wolfie, it's a really big deal. What if this was like that? So if you spent the whole 2 episodes as like Bruce Wayne, and you were kind of casing a joint, and you were like integrating with the owners and kind of putting on your Bruce Wayne, and then right at the end of like the second episode, you're like, okay, let's do this. And he like puts on the cowl and flies in. And it's like episode 3.
He puts on the mask, puts the cape on, and then it's a quick time event. Woo!
God, if it comes to Vita, they best upgrade the engine.
Oh god, I don't think they're ever going to upgrade their engine. I don't think that's ever something that's going to happen. But I'm very excited. I don't think any details of a release date were
no, just
given.
It was in 2016.
They're
working on a Marvel game as well. Do you remember that got announced ages ago?
They're working on so much.
And Minecraft as well, don't forget.
Tales from the Borderlands as well. That keeps getting constantly positive reviews. Now that Minecraft story mode actually does seem quite appealing to me. I might give that a go. I'll play anything Telltale, to be honest with you.
Yeah, you love them, don't you?
But I'm looking forward to that. And it's just, when I saw that, I was like, oh, this is going to be a great. Can't wait.
I was watching it at my girlfriend's house, and I was like, "Did you see this? This? I think it was How did I do it? I was like, "Did you see this trailer last night?" And she was like, "Oh no." So I just started playing it blind, and she was like, "Oh, not another Batman game. Like, there's loads of them. Don't need any more Batman games." And then like when it started kind of zooming out, and you got more of a picture of what was going on, she just turned to me and was like, "Holy shit! Is it Telltale? Is it Telltale?" And then it's like, "Yes, it is." And this is going to be so like nice to have. Get his shirt away. So it'd be so nice to have something like different. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like different from Batman. Why are you rubbing your nipples, you creep?
Because I'm so excited.
Right.
That's why, obviously. I can't wait. And you can bet your bottom dollar that as soon as we get more information, we're going to be talking about that. Oh, it's going to be so good, Chris. When are you going to start playing the Game of Thrones game? Now all the episodes are out.
Are they out in Vita?
No.
When they come to Vita, I will.
Why wouldn't you just play it on PS4?
Because it's tradition, isn't it? I always play Telltale on my Vita.
No, you don't. That's a lie.
I do.
You don't play all Telltale games on Vita.
Tell me a Telltale game I've not played on my Vita, and I'll shove it up your ass.
Oh, no, fair enough. You probably have played it on Vita, but you probably originally started somewhere else. The Walking
Nope.
Dead Season 1?
Nope, that was a Vita.
Walking Dead Season 2?
Vita?
Wolf Among Us?
Vita?
Well, you, my friend, are a trooper. I couldn't wait that long. Like with the Game of Thrones game, I literally spend so much money on their season pass. There's
Well,
no
here's
joke.
the thing, Colin.
Yeah.
I could buy it on my PS4, and thanks to the miracles of remote play, any PS4 game's a Vita game.
Of course it is.
We should say it before we go. If you're a PlayStation fan in Europe, keep your eyes peeled on 12 Deals of Christmas, because one day, hopefully, there might be a Vita title in there.
Hopefully. I know they've released the. I think they've started the 12 Deals of Christmas. When does the 12 Deals
Yeah,
start?
You're such a shit PlayStation fan. It's been running for 5 days, man.
There's nothing on the European store. It's in America.
No, it's not. It's here.
Nothing on the Vita store anyway. Last year it was every day on the Vita.
Google 12 Deals of Christmas. You'll be pleasantly surprised.
On the 12th day of Christmas, my true love gave to me.
On the PlayStation blog.
Assassin's Creed Liberation.
Today's one is Pro Evo Soccer. There you go, 2016.
Yay!
So that's something.
Yay!
Okay, right. We should wrap up, Colin Byrne.
Yeah, it's getting cold. We should wrap up.
So, thanks so much for listening to Heroes of Handheld episode 119. Remember, go to the website heroesofhandheld.com, tweet us at Handheld Podcast, write to us heroesofhandheld@gmail.com, find us on Facebook by searching for Heroes of Handheld. Get involved, get in touch, say hello, let us know what you want for Christmas, and Colin will buy it for you, I promise. If you enjoy the music that's either side, so the top and the bottom of the show, find out where it came from by going to the special thanks section on our website, where you will find Colin Byrne. And
Yes.
music is by
The Schnauzer Radio Orchestra. Woo! And this whole album is on iTunes, and that's music from a 50s video game.
Hooray! It's
Download
great.
it
So
now.
check it out. So, Colin, what are you playing? What's on your repertoire to play this week?
I need to get back into playing Vita. I've not played it in a while, and the game I really want to get back into is Everybody's Golf, because it's only £4 on Vita at the moment.
And it's SAG.
I love it. That I would say, if I was to list my top 10 or top 5 Vita games of all time, that would easily be in my top 5. Such a good game. I do love a good golf game.
I want to, for me, I want to play some more Xenoblade and try and finish that, hopefully before Christmas. And I'm playing Gunman Clive 2 again at the moment because that game is phenomenal and it's so good for short bursts. So I'm going to try and finish that as well.
Cool. I didn't ask, but thanks for letting me know anyway.
No props, pal. Right. Thanks very much for listening. We'll be back in a week's time.
We will indeed. Have a great week and enjoy your advent calendar chocolate.
Bye.
Bye-bye.